when he started at the yeshiva in 9th grade, which is a year ago, he was struggling with Gemara coming out of elementary school, and I see the Rebbeim took a lot of care and effort into helping him grow in his Gemara skills, and the school also set up resources for him to be able to learn with additional people so he can build his skills even more. And what I love about the school is that they encourage the boys to learn, and to learn extra, to go above and beyond what they would normally learn, without them feeling like it's a burden to do so. So it's beautiful that they want to learn, they take the extra time, and they don't feel it's a tircha on them to do that.
Boys in the Mesivta develop a relationship with their Rebbeim, and it's a relationship that I've seen is maintained even after the boys leave the yeshiva. My son Yehuda graduated from the Mesivta 3.5 years ago. He's been very successful in Beis Medrash. He's now learning by Rav Shalom Schechter in Eretz Yisrael. My son Mordechai has been in the Mesivta now for the past 4 years. He's graduating this year. Has grown tremendously through the help of the Rebbeim and the whole of the yeshiva.
Our son Maishi Bapker learned in the yeshiva of Passaic Clifton for 4 years. Baruch Hashem, from 9th grade through 12th grade, graduated about 3 years ago. Is Kanai Nahara married and learning in Kollel in the Mir in Eretz Yisrael. He's learning with Rabbi Wiener, he's learning with the various Rebbeim that are there. He maintains a kesher with the yeshiva and all of its Rebbeim. And Baruch Hashem, the kesher continues to grow, and we are very, very thankful to the yeshiva and every one of the Rebbeim from 9th grade through 12th grade that raised and helped us bring Maishi and his wife to this place right now.
Two of our sons have graduated from the Mesivta. They had a wonderful experience, each of them in their own way. The Rebbeim were warm and caring. They still maintain a relationship with the Rebbeim. And they also had a fantastic, well-rounded education, strong Limudei Kodesh program, as well as general studies. The boys developed in many ways, both personally, academically. They have strong friendships and connections from the Mesivta that they still maintain till today, and we are very pleased with how they grew and developed during their years. Each of them developed a strong relationship with their Rebbeim when they were in the Mesivta. They would go to the Rebbeim's houses, they would connect with them both during Shir and afterwards, and they've maintained that connection continuously beyond the Mesivta as well. They have a strong connection when they come back. They like to visit, they like to see what's going on with the Mesivta, find out how everybody is doing, and really connect deeply with their Rebbeim.
My wife and I have a tremendous sense of hakaras hatov, a deep sense of gratitude to the yeshiva, Rosh Yeshiva and all the Rebbeim, watching Israel grow over the last 3.5 years, from a young 14-year-old to really a young adult, a young man who we're extremely proud of, has been an absolute pleasure and a joy for us. I mean, I know when Azriel entered high school, until now, he's learned how to make a laning on a Gemara on his own. He's not only learning on his own, he's learning with other Bachram in his class, he's learning with some of the Rabbeim in his starm that he creates, whether it's during lunch, during supper, and then learning with boys younger than him, teaching them the Gemara as well. So all aspects, learning on his own, learning from Rabbeim, and teaching are all things that he's grown in tremendously over the last couple of years. We're extremely grateful to the Anhal and especially to Rabbeim. The devotion, the dedication of the Rabbeim, from Rabbi Zaks, Rabbi Teitz, and Rabbi Weinberger, and this year Rabbi Deckelbaum, absolute complete gems of Rabbeim, really just perfection in terms of Melamdim, people who can get over, people who can create a geschmack, and really motivate the Bachram to learn.
To participate as being part of the honorees for this year's dinner. We agreed because we felt, as a det of hakar satov to the yeshiva, we felt this is something we want to be part of and express our hakar satov to the yeshiva that has been very helpful in fostering independence in our son Ari, and not just our son, but especially in the yeshiva with his chaverim and the other bachram in yeshiva. One of the highlights is the siyum that the yeshiva has, where the boys are encouraged to make a siyum on the Mesivta. The bachram are celebrated in any amount of accomplishments that they make, whether it's the whole siyum for the whole Mesivta, whether it's part of it, and we're very excited to express our hakar satov.
Yechiel is very happy in Mesivta Clifton. He started off being a shy boy. He came and blossomed a little bit. He's very happy and interested in all the extracurricular activities that come along with the yeshiva, the extra learning in the morning, the staying late for night seder, and even the secular department, the side program. He's very into the engineering and the competition that comes along with it, and he's very matzliach in his learning and in his secular studies. With the encouragement of Rabbi Zaks, Yechiel started going to learn early in the morning, and Rabbi Zaks even comes and picks him up to enable him to go.
I want to thank Rabbi Halberstadt for asking us to participate this evening. We've been living in this community since 1992 and watched the community grow and flourish, and Rabbi Halberstadt has been no small part of that. We are very blessed to have two sons attend both Mesivta, and my oldest son attended the Beis Medrash under Rabbi Schwartz, and he developed a very strong kesher with Rabbi Schwartz. And that's my oldest son Moshe, and my youngest son Yosef Leib is in 11th grade, and he's developed a fine chevre here, and I've watched him steig. Besides our appreciation of Rabbi Halberstadt, we also have a great deal of appreciation in the Hakar Satov for Rabbi Weinberger, who has been our Rav for almost 20 years now. So we watched our shul develop also under the guidance of Rabbi Weinberger, and we're very appreciative that he's such an integral part of this school.
sons Yossi and Uri are Talmidim of the yeshiva. Yossi was a Talmud a little while ago. He had very successful years here in the Mesivta and went on to Beis Medrash, and now he's married and living in Lakewood. And a lot of what he is and has become is a result of the years, the formative years that he spent in the Mesivta. And our son Uri now is in 12th grade. He's had very good years in the Mesivta. We're looking forward to him also continuing to grow and build off of what he's developed here in the Mesivta. So we've been, as a family, we've been in Passaic for over 30 years, and we've seen the town grow from very small beginnings to what it is now. And an important part of that infrastructure is the chinuch of our children, especially when they get a little bit older. So you can imagine we're so grateful to Mesivta that the Mesivta's here, and that we've been able to send a couple of our kids here, a couple of our boys, and it's a real community asset. And so it's only fitting that in the 12th year of the Mesivta, we've been honored to be one of 12 nitzivim who are representing 12 different shuls in town, a wide cross-section of the town that's showing its support for the Mesivta.
Ramosh Shapiro, my Rebbe, Oliver Sholem, the greatest compliment that he would give someone is he would call them Mima'atikei Hashmua, someone who transmitted that which we heard. That expression is found in the Rambam, in Hilchos Talmud Torah, who describes the sages as Ma'atikei Hashmua, those who transmitted what was heard. What does he mean? What did the Rambam mean? What did my Rebbe mean? He means that there are people who take what they heard from the previous generations, what they heard from the previous generations, all the way back to what we heard at Har Sinai, and they transmit that forward. They don't just transmit the content, they transmit the experience of Har Sinai, the experience of revelation, the experience of confronting HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of HaKadosh Baruch Hu speaking to us, and the content and the information that's involved in that. The Gedolei HaRishonim tell us that we instruct children to shockle, to sway, when they learn Torah. Why do we do that? To imitate the Jews swaying at Har Sinai. We have in the midst of our community, although we are in Chutz La'aretz, in Tumas Eretz Ha'amim, we are in Passaic, Clifton, but we are nevertheless around Har Sinai. We have in our midst people who are Ma'atikei Hashmua, the Mesivta, who is taking the information, the experience, and the prophecy, and every aspect of Har Sinai, transmitting it forward to our children, who will, Be'ezras Hashem, transmit it forward to their children. We have a tremendous zchus, tremendous merit, that we are indeed, Vayichana'am, the Yichana'am, we are camped at Har Sinai because we are surrounding the Mesivta, and the Mesivta is in our midst. And that's really what we all hope to be, Ma'atikei Hashmua, those who transmit what we heard from previous generations, what they heard from Har Sinai, transmitted forward, ad bias goel tzedek m'herav yameinu. Amen.